Quality? I don't
Destiny
care.
has
You know what? Part of the humor is how low quality it is, okay? You know how you come up with like a really dorky low quality name and you're like, oh, well, low quality, but it's how low quality it is that makes it funny, okay? Fetal mindset? Nah. I'll just call him Chaser mindset, okay? It's okay. Bazorp, again, wow, holy shit. Thank you so much for 100.
now defamed Hassan Piker in a leftist on a socialist battle. We're going to get into that today on Legal Minds, where we teach you to be your own judge. Christopher Andrew Esquire, American attorney. Enjoy my time here in the USA for however long that is.
Oh, tell your Kick to sub and donate? Oh, yeah, true. Guys, people on Kick, okay? If you're on Kick right now, remember to sub and remember to donate. You can join my Discord server at discord.gg/foodshops. We have an awesome community. We have the best community in the entire space, okay? I've looked at other communities, okay? DG chat, DG server, okay? All of these places suck, okay? I'm gonna be honest, okay? I thought DG chat was a good place to be. Yeah, I'm wrong, okay? It's not a good place to be. But yeah, best community on God, all right? Also, you should follow my second channel, all right? You can find it as Snack Markets, so it's just Snack Markets, that's it. There, I post all my slop shit. Right now, I'm trying to get that channel monetized so then I can get my slop editor on shit. Also, shout out to my amazing main editor, Magabess, all right, who is such a talented editor, who makes the thumbnails and edits the videos for me now on my main channel. So thank you so much for all the help that you've given me, Magabess. I love abusing you. As a contractor. I'm kidding, joking. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's really about it. Yeah, just follow me everywhere, subscribe and donate and all that. Okay, good luck.
Keeping that little mysterious as I get into this creator drama and this potential legal issue for Destiny, who's already embroiled in deep allegations regarding his past sexual conduct, which is the course of a current lawsuit, including potential possession of CSAM on his computer. And in an attempt to perhaps deflect from this, is attempting to defame Mr. Hassan Piker, who is
Why would he try to deflect from the lawsuit by having another lawsuit? why would he deflect? What the fuck?
once again not doing well on the internet either, and is certainly subject to many of his own scrutinies, coming from Collargate to various other comments he's made and defamation of his own and other behaviors. So it's kind of the bad against the bad here, of which I have no particular dog in this fight. Whether Hassan or Destiny prevails against each other, that is something I do not care about, but it brings
Literally an anti-fan talking point. If it's an anti-fan talking point, that makes zero sense. I just want to, because at least normally, at least like other anti-fan talking points actually make some degree of sense. That just makes pretty much no sense. Okay, but
up some fascinating legal questions and even some international legal questions as we get into today on the Legal Mindset. Of course, I've got the PowerPoint for you. I've got the PP, and we're going to talk about that today here.
okay, please just. You like the gawk. I get it, okay? You like the gawk.
With
all
Destiny
right,
defaming Hassan. So let's get into it. Obviously, our players are characters in this, drama today. This legal drama today is Destiny. Once again, I love this Attack on Titan version of him. It's just absolutely my favorite. But you got Destiny, obviously a streamer, and obviously once again, well-known on the left. And I think this is very critical in terms of their political position, because they're both jockeying for supporters within their own area. And that's relevant to one of the reasons that might be behind this is obviously people on the left are all fighting with other people on the left for their supporters, for people to follow them, because people on the right are not going to go and jump over and watch Destiny or Hassan. But people on the left could be persuaded to either go to the more radical end, you might say, with Hassan.
You need to debunk it right now. No, I think I'm good, okay?
Or the more unhinged end with Destiny. You got to pick your character there with either one. But now...
Schizo mindset is literally defaming Destiny while at the same time trying to scrutinize Destiny for the defaming Hassan classic. What, dude? Okay, dude. Stop. I didn't expect you. Stop, please. Hello?
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Last one for a bit. Future is always uncertain. Everybody stay strong. Shout out to Nodun Mall.
Okay, thanks for the $300, dude. What the fuck? Dude. Yo, holy shit, dude. You're like funding you're funding my healthcare premiums in the future. You're funding my healthcare premiums, thanks. I appreciate that, thank you. I tried 400, but daily spending limit. Okay, just listen, you keep on hitting the limit, okay? That's whoa, okay, chill. Thank you, I appreciate that, okay, thank you. Holy shit! Bro, you're crazy! You're insane! You're unhinged! Oh my god, I could buy that whole house if Zorp keeps giving me money. Thank you, though. Much appreciated. Number one oiler.
With Hassan, who is the other character here, and of course you've got his constant protector and senpai there, Dan Clancy. Hassan, once again, no innocent angel over here. Hassan definitely has many flaws of his own, but even a flawed person can be defamed. Even a flawed person or a person that we don't like can still end up being defamed. And as we do it on this channel, I'm going to be very obvious and upfront and honest with you guys about this legal analysis, in which I actually, looking at it, it doesn't look good for Destiny. It looks much better for Hassan Piker. So this involves the Artemis brothel in Germany. Now, one important thing, and this is something that's very critical, and a lot of people lose this, particularly if you don't travel outside of the United States, is that the engagement of sex work around the world is not like it is in the United States.
Yeah, tell us about it, dude.
In some countries, it's legalized formally. In some countries, it's legalized informally. In some countries, the definition of...
It's kind of wild to me that, like, legal mindset seems to be more of an anti-woke kind of person. However, it's just kind of funny how normally when these people are just generally anti-degeneracy, especially if you're a right-winger, unless you're like Asmongold. If you're like Asmongold, then you're kind of like pro-degeneracy, to be honest. But in regards to legal mindset, like, he's just full-on degenerate, and like nobody gives a fuck. Okay, double standards mean nothing. Okay,
prostitution is something that is very narrow. So because of that narrow definition, it's kind of informally okay, even though on the books it's not okay. But in Germany, they've formally done it, and in fact, as part of that, much like the Netherlands and other countries, they've said, hey, you've got to do things.
He is an expert on this, though. Yeah, intimately.
Like provide, benefits for these people. You've got to pay for them. They've got to get wages. The sort of protections that you'd want if you're going to decriminalize sex work, you're going to legalize sex work, and to make it safe for the people involved. And one of the people who's actually been surprisingly pro sex work legalization is Hassan Piker. Now, why I say surprisingly, because his typical leftist allies are typically against that.
I don't get why that has anything to do with anything. Like, if I were to review a case in which Hassan may be being defamed by Destiny on Twitter, I just don't get what this has to do with that case. Hassan's personal beliefs should have nothing to do with this case, right? Unless you're talking about its actual relevancy to the subject, no? Like, I'm pretty sure even Destiny is like pro sex work, and he probably wants to see it legalized as well. It's what's the point in bringing this up, right?
In fact, the groups that are most rabidly against that are usually radical feminist groups, although there are groups on the right that are opposed to this as well. But once again, we're talking...
No, that's not true. I don't know. Sorry, I don't have the numbers with me, but people who have proclaimed to be like more hardcore feminists and such, they have always been consistently like pro sex work. I don't know like what he's talking about here. I just genuinely do not know what he's talking about here. He's just not making any sense to me.
Talking about inter-left battle here. So looking at this mega brothel, once again, a place that was established during FIFA because the owner, as he quoted during the World Cup, sex and football belong together. So he started this mega brothel, and it's been in operation for a while. But Destiny came out and said, if Hassan is going to reach so hard, and once again, I'll give some context here. Destiny is mad because of Hassan's jokes about Nick Fuentes and him engaging in a potential amorous relationship. Once again, whether or not these things are true.
the dankest dungeon.
Yo, Misaki, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs on Kick. You're very kind. Thank you so much. You're awesome, okay? Keep it frosty. Alright, my other amazing oiler. Alright, I have multiple, okay? But yeah, thank you so much, okay? I really do appreciate that, unironically. Holy shit, yeah. Also, wait, hold on. Can we play back that part again? Right, real quick.
And it's been in operation for a while. But Destiny came out and said, if Hassan is going to reach so hard, and once again, I'll give some context here. Destiny is mad because of Hassan's jokes about Nick Fuentes and him engaging in a potential amorous relationship.
Just so you know, okay, there is zero evidence for this. Like, I mean, zero, zilch, okay? Like, nothing. Okay, it was a video of Destiny sucking someone off. However, the speculation that it is Nick Fuentes, in my opinion, is projection. Okay, because I get it. All right, he's a pretty handsome lad. People want to fuck him. I get it. Okay, so that's why I would probably say it's fucking projection. All right, every single time someone brings up the potential of Nick Fuentes and Destiny hooking up, just know that in your heart of hearts, it is actually just projection. People want to have sex with Nick Fuentes. People want to have sex with Destiny. Okay, I totally get it. All right, you want to have your go. All right, with two twinks. Okay, I got you. Okay, I understand. I understand why people keep bringing it up. Okay, even though there's zero evidence for it. Zero. Okay.
Once again, whether or not these things are true, who knows, right? Maybe Destiny wants to come after Hassan for defamation in regards to his relationship with Nick Fuentes. That would be a fun case to cover. But beyond that, Destiny was fun. Destiny was mad about this joke, this fun that was made at his expense, and so he clapped back at Hassan, and he said Hassan is going to reach this hard to say I kickstarted Fuentes' career. Then I am responsible for his career, Hassan's career, 10x.
Just so you know, okay, the kickstarting Fuentes career thing is a baseless lie. Okay, this is a lie. All right, it's a lie. So, but this isn't the only lie, obviously, right? Hassan also calls Steven, like, I'm pretty sure he has said a pedophile before. He said he was a predator. He said that he was a sex pestiny, right? Like, he's a rapestiny. Like, he's called Steven all of these names. And as far as I'm concerned, and the way that I kind of look at it, it's just reciprocation, okay? If Hassan is going to claim all of these things about Destiny, even though Destiny has never been convicted on any of these fronts, in any kind of criminal court, then in my opinion, yeah, it is kind of justified, to be honest, for Steven to participate in tit for tat, right? Because if someone also accuses you of these horrible things, it is not enough to just simply it's not enough to just simply call out how it's wrong. You also have to do it back, right? That's the only way you can wake people up to it, to this double standards shit, right? Yeah.
Over. And once again, nothing about that first part is necessarily defamatory. They're arguing about whether or not they got Fuentes a start. Who knows about that? That's really neither here nor there. But the second part is the defamatory part. And that is Hassan effed a 15-year-old when he was visiting that brothel in Berlin. That's why he doesn't like to talk about it as much now. And he continued, Destiny doubled down on this. And this is the part where it really gets into defamation, saying that's quite the allegation. And Destiny says it's common knowledge behind this. Common knowledge, without providing any sort of proof, without providing any sort of Carfax, without providing any sort of other thing, saying, hey, Hassan told me this himself. If Hassan wants to contest it, he can sue me, but he won't, because the truth is an absolute defense against defamation. Well, I hope you have a lot of proof of that, because just saying it's common knowledge doesn't actually do that. And what I think he means by common knowledge is it's on internet forums, it's on places that perhaps don't like Hassan, right? And put that line out there. So let's look at the actual facts here. So the facts about Artemis, when you look it up online and you look into, okay, what actually happened with this brothel? What you really find is what honestly is a tax raid. And
I believe that things are only defamatory, and defamation specifically has a very high standard on purpose. And there's a reason why defamation has a high standard, because otherwise literally everybody would be trying to get their fair share in court constantly, and they're just trying to farm money constantly as well. It would be like unfair for a bunch of parties to be doing something like that. So therefore, naturally, the bar for defamation has to be really high, because you have to prove malice, right? You have to have some statement like, okay, well, my intention is to destroy his career. My intention is to do this, right? Now, here's the thing, in my opinion, and because I'm not representative of Destiny, okay, this is just my speculation. I just want to clarify this for court purposes, okay? I believe that Destiny is participating in tit for tat, okay? He's participating in tit for tat, and it is simply reciprocation of Hassan's defamatory actions towards Destiny, okay? So it's mutual defamation, all right? Let's just put it like that. So if Hassan goes after Destiny for defamation, I think it's only fair that Destiny also goes back at Hassan for defamation. Yeah, that's my opinion, at the very least. But
as we all know,
stutter? Is there actually a stutter in the stream? Oh no. Please say sec right now.
Joker even fears the tax man. You do not mess with the tax man. You make sure you pay your taxes. Guys, pay your taxes, right? There was a massive raid on a German mega brothel in 2016. So remember, this is after Hassan visited, but there's a alleged human trafficking and tax fraud. And this was a raid in 2016 where they were accused of evading 17.5 million in Social Security payments. Now, this is...
yes, really bad. Actually? The stutter is actually that bad? Oh shit. Hold on. I'll see what I can do.
Something that is very common, not just with brothels, but with many companies, where they make people pretend to be self-employed to avoid these payments for Social Security. I'm looking at you, Niji, Sanji, VTuber companies. They do this all the
It's fine for me here. Okay, Radiant, it might just only be
time with, pretending people are self-employed when really they're making them work like
it just stopped? Okay.
employees. So they were conducting this with customs officials and tax fraud investigators. And generally what was found after that, and there were several appeals and challenges here, but generally was that they were not paying their taxes properly. And
classic Radiant, am I right? Always wrong.
that is very much on the nose with this. Once again, after Hassan was there, I doubt that Hassan has the capability or qualities to do German accounting and be liable for their Social Security payments. But the fact is that he did visit Artemis in 2010. And now Hassan does openly support decriminalization of sex work, which of all the positions out there, that's probably one that I agree with Hassan more than anything else, which is kind of crazy because that issue kind of splits along the male-female divide. Typically, most men.
No, this, like, for me at the very least, and in the circles that I hang out with, like, even among right-wingers, I think, like, there's no real issue with the decriminalization of sex work. This issue is no longer as contentious or even as close to contentious as it was in the past, right? Decriminalization of sex work is like just I'm sorry, it's just a complete nothing burger these days.
Cross divides, typically I would agree with that. Some females agree with that, some don't. It's kind of split there, but that's a very interesting one, as a lot of the stiff opponents are the radical leftists. We don't know the age or the gender of any sex worker engaged by Piker. Now, I'll talk about that later because you can make an accurate statement about Piker and you can say things about his visit that are non-defamatory. The other thing is the age of consent in Germany is 14. So if he did engage a 15-year-old sex worker, it would not necessarily be illegal. Now, I don't know all the German statutes on sex work. It's possible that while the age of consent in Germany is 14, there could be some statute regulating German sex workers, right? That says they need to be 18 or they need to be 16 or whatever else. I don't know that. I'm not a German sex work expert. By the way, if there's some German sex work experts out there, please throw a comment below. And like the video, by the way. You should like the video whether you're a German sex industry expert or not. And we know that. So technically, even what he said about Hassan wouldn't be accusing him of a crime. Now, it would be accusing him of something that would be damning to his reputation. that's very true, especially if he's trying to imply that this was, in somebody that was hired illegally and there was something illegal going on or being trafficked, etc. The other thing we do know, and this is once again, I think, very relevant to this, is that Destiny admitted to CSAM on his PC. He's essentially said that.
But what does that have to do with this, though? Bro thinks that there are 14-year-old sex workers in Germany. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to be 18 in order to participate in sex work in Germany. So the age of consent is like 15 or 16, but the sex work consent age is 18, right?
He has videos, etc., on his.
I don't know why he's saying this with a very confident voice. It's just very silly. He comes off as someone who's just bullshitting his way through, but you know what? You do you, dude.
PC about Rose, who was at the time, and based on all the facts we know right now, was underage, right? Which fits the criteria for that. So obviously there's some deflection that needs to happen or that Destiny is trying to make happen on his part. So an analysis of the truthful statement, a truthful statement that is non-defamatory, would say that Hassan visited a German mega brothel that was later raided for tax fraud and human trafficking. You can say it was raided for that, right? That's true. There are appeals, there's other things that happen there, right? And now there's a lot of talk about the underage person, et cetera, all the underage claims. Apparently that happened in 2013 and was unrelated to operations in 2010. I'm not sure. The details on that are very sparse. It's hard to find exactly what happened in 2013. It might have been related to somebody who was.
Yeah, Destiny never admitted to CSAM on his PC. Exactly. Yeah, there's like multiple parts here. That's just like blatantly false.
Working there, but did it outside of business or regular operations. But as far as I know, this place is still operating. And based on its continued operation, you would assume that regular operations do not engage people that are under Germany's age of consent. So that would be a assumption. And that's important for defamation, because if he's trying to accuse that, hey, this person engaged in something underage, well, it would appear that that was not the case in 2010. And therefore, the most you could say, and I think this is fair, is that if Hassan visited Artemis in 2010, he likely engaged a sex worker, right? Likely. That you can't say for sure because you don't know. Now, what Destiny is implying is that he was sitting in the chair in the corner. Now, while Destiny is very used to sitting in the chair in the corner while other people enjoy.
What the fuck did Destiny, did Destiny fuck Legal Mindsets like fucking, like, Thailand girlfriend or some shit? Like, dude, what the fuck? What's going on here? Well, why does he hate, like, Destiny so much? What the fuck? Dude, this is so unhinged.
Women behind him. I don't think he was in there in the room with Hassan. Hassan can testify to that himself. Unless Destiny was in the room watching him, I don't think there's any proof of that Destiny could possibly muster that would meet an appropriate bar that would get him scot-free off of defamation at a motion to dismiss level. Remember, guys, and we've talked about this with many cases.
He's got such a chip on his shoulder for Destiny is wild. I think what's really going on is that these groups of people tend to gather around in circles where all they do is complain about people, right? And that includes complaining about Destiny, right? Destiny, I bet that Destiny is a very, very complained about person in right-wing circles, like side scrollers, Sargon of Akkad, like all of these groups, right? And because he's talked about so much, you kind of work up into this frenzy about people, right? You work up into a frenzy about certain groups of people, and I don't know, sometimes it can just be totally out of hand. So the moment that you step out of that circle and you present your hatred to other people, it just comes off as completely unhinged. But within that circle, it is enabled and it is looked upon favorably, right?
Cases. It's not about winning the whole case. It's about getting
this happens with you, like some of you guys may have just experienced this yourself, right? Yeah.
Past the motion to dismiss, getting to discovery, and then getting them to settle. And I think Destiny will be forced to settle on this because I don't think he's got enough.
I think Destiny talks shit on Passport Bros and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I think Destiny mentioned that Legal Mindset might have a fling with Lauren De Laguna. How many flings does she have with me? Hello? Am I missing something here?
Bulletproof evidence
how many,
to get that motion to dismiss and say, yep, truth is an absolute defense,
okay,
and I've got the truth. I know the truth. Were you in the room, Destiny? Were you sitting in the chair in the corner? I mean, if you were, I think that's a story of the century, but I don't think that was the case here. So my conclusion is Hassan has a solid case for defamation against Stephen Bennell, and that's, of course, Destiny. Destiny is likely deflecting from his own CSAM issues, and Hassan is a very easy target, particularly after Collargate. Collargate not going anywhere anytime soon, and Hassan is seen as a low-hanging fruit that everyone can just kick. But despite that, because Destiny is an apt target. He has the funds for defamation. He's somebody you might want to go at. Typically with defamation, you don't want to go at it with small fry, with losers, with people that are below you. But these guys are the same level. They're rivals. This would be a very appropriate case. And in fact, Hassan, if he wants to take a good shot at Destiny, this is the best legal opportunity that I think Hassan is going to get.
I hope that legal mindset gaslights Hassan into suing Destiny, because that means I don't have to quit streaming after Destiny's lawsuit with Pixie is over, okay? The moment that Hassan sues Destiny, oh my god, we're gonna have so many good memes. We're gonna have so many good memes. We need legal mindset to gaslight Hassan into suing Destiny, so then we can have absolute cinema. So then we have infinite court case memes.
To take a headshot at that Stephen Bennell of Destiny that could actually wound him and, you know, perhaps not take him off the internet, but critically wound him at a time in which he is weak, right? He is projecting a false bravado at a time in which he is facing some illegal consequences. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Nice. Thank you, loser. He wants Destiny at the cuck chair so bad. Yeah, he's mentioned it 3 times. I get it, okay? While Chaser mindset here is like sucking off some Thailand femboy, Destiny is sitting in the cuck chair, all right, with this pose, okay? Watching him. I guess that's his fantasy, all right? But, you know, it is what it is, okay?